Hey everybody, what you're about to watch is a podcast with me and longtime internet friends Seth Fowler and Osman Cueto. I haven't really linked up with them in person before, so this is our first collaboration. We talk about a lot of stuff, whether it's being an OG YouTuber, funny stories from our past and the come up, and where we sit now, and also this recent situation that I had with a famous Asian streamer some of you may be familiar with. So anyways, I talk about it all within this podcast. Check out their podcast down below. Shoes off. Enjoy.
That's the biggest bomb of this podcast. What are you serious?
Yeah. But here's the thing.
We dissed your hero. I get it.
We first met, was it Complex Con in maybe 2018, 2019? Was that the first time we met, or we met at Sneaker Con?
We met in Shanghai. Oh my gosh, we did. At Sneaker Con Shanghai. That's crazy.
2019? Yeah.
It's crazy to meet Seth the first time in China.
I forgot about that. Yeah, we did.
On the wave. Shoes off, pause, yeah, let's get it. Shoes off, but the vibes stay loud. Apothecary heat, yeah, I'm flexing in the crowd. Socks on the scene, that's a subtle little flex. Talking.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Shoes Off podcast. Today's guest is the one and only, I'm trying to think of like big words.
One of two.
The one of two. One of the bros, Andrew Fung. Thank you so much for being here, man.
Thank you guys for having me. Shout out to Takeout in the Bronx. We're here in the Bronx, 9 a.m. Dunkin' Donuts.
Let's go.
Ready to talk about everything.
Sponsor the podcast,
Man,
Duncan.
and shout out Seth and Oz. You guys,
Appreciate you.
Everything you do is high quality. That's why I came out. You got my chili oil on the table. I appreciate that. We're trying
fire.
on your new sneakers.
Sir.
Your slip-ons is crazy.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah,
What a morning.
Dude, this is, man. Well, first of all, I just want to say, and Austin's going to be mad at me that I'm saying this, but we started the podcast about 3 months ago, right? I hit you up about 3 months ago. Osman fell, broke his ankle, his foot was backwards, and he's like,
There was mud. There was mud.
There was mud involved.
Yeah.
But
Now
he's-
I'm afraid of mud. I'm
Squishy
like,
ground.
yeah.
Squishy ground, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, we only have good foundations here. So never mind. I was trying to make a pun, but it didn't work out.
Does it count as a hooping injury if you were playing ball but chasing a ball?
I mean,
I'd say so.
Yeah, it's
Does
a
it
I'd
count?
say so.
All right,
Yeah.
I'd say
Just-
so.
Just
embarrassing.
just say it was.
yeah.
You were hooping.
Chasing a ball is worse. I'd rather just slip in mud.
You were hooping. You were
Yeah.
hooping. Yeah. Anyways.
Well, so Osman wasn't on the podcast for the last like 20 episodes. He said the one, and I started to blow up your spot. He said the one episode that I really want to be on is your episode.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate
because
that,
you're
dude.
one of the OG
Thank you,
YouTubers.
Thank you.
man.
Wait, but can't you do podcasts on a broken ankle?
No, I was in a cast, not moving.
Bro, he was telling me,
you can talk.
he was like, bro, I haven't gotten a haircut in 2 months. I can't leave the house.
Yo,
and I was like, all right,
damn.
fair.
All right.
I'm sorry, I just blew up his spot so much. I
all good.
apologize for
No,
that.
it's good. This is what the podcast is about. Get
It's
close.
one of the OGs.
Your mic here. Okay.
One of the OGs here.
Okay. I appreciate it. I appreciate
Yeah, man.
it.
Seriously, you're one of the OGs. I looked up to you
I'm
coming
so
up.
old. I started crossing my legs like this, bro. I don't do this though. This is too much for me. But this,
That's the next stage. Next
Exactly.
stage.
It's a power triangle. Yeah, absolutely. You
Another
got the
10
hand
years,
thing.
you'll get the.
It's good for mobility too. You know, you got to keep your mobility up.
Exactly. Especially in the Bronx, you got to be able to just
Yeah.
jump up and get out of here if you need. Shout out Takeout, by the way, again.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my
No,
god.
we love the Bronx.
We do. Seriously. But yeah, man, thank you for making your way up here to the Bronx this early in the morning, man.
Shout out to my guy Sam.
Let's go. Shout out
Park.
Sam.
Takeout.
He's got an episode. Either his episode might have come out before this, or maybe it's after this. I don't know yet. But we got an episode coming out with
Sam was
Takeout.
on the pod.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. But dude, so I just want to talk about you, man. I want to hear about everything you got going on. I want to hear about what you got going on now. I want to hear about what you got going on in the future. But I do want to start, obviously, for the few people who maybe don't know who you are, just to kind of give like a little bit of background on yourself.
Okay. Let's get into it. You know, me and my brother David, who I ran the YouTube channel with for over 12 years with, we still run it together, but we are separated like physically now. He's in a totally different place. I'll talk about it in a second. But yeah, we started in Seattle. We're born and raised in Seattle. Richie Lee is one of my boys growing up since 3rd grade. So I can kind of start the story there. You know, we're always hanging out, doing fun stuff together, like, you know, into sneakers, hooping. And then we kind of get into YouTube in my college years, and I see this whole LA YouTube scene booming, you know, and it does have a lot of Asian faces. And I was like, oh, okay, this is like this whole Asian American thing, you know. So I network with like the Wong Fu guys, and you know, me and my brother, we always love doing music and comedy. So I actually start doing like stand-up comedy in college and making some videos for college, like in college, and for this thing called Retro Open Mic, which is one of the dopest shows at the University of Washington. I think it's still going. And then, try to graduate early, move to LA. We moved to LA together after my brother has a stint in Asia. He comes back, and then we're in LA starting our YouTube channel, but we're working full-time. I'm selling women's shoes at Nordstrom.
Let's go.
So I know Jamie Choo's, Stuart Weitzman, even down to the dance goes for the nurses.
Let's go.
You know, I'm selling the nice shit though, like the salon shoes.
Oh, you got to.
Yeah, like
yeah.
I served some celebrities' wives. That's the first time I saw Karuchi.
Oh, wow.
And everybody's like, yo, you know, that's Chris Brown's girlfriend. She's coming here with Chris Brown's card. I was like, oh,
That's
okay.
wild.
You
Did
know,
you check the name?
Because I was like, who's this kind of like fly, like Asian mixed chick? I was like, this girl's pretty hot. And then another story, actually funny to interject, is I'm working at Nordstrom at the Grove, and I sell shoes to Nicolas Cage's Korean wife at the time.
Let's go.
So I see the card that it says Cage, and I was like, oh, I knew he had a Korean wife. I'd heard stories. They met in K-Town or whatever. And then, funny enough, literally a month ago, I'm at this club in New York with a friend. I meet this Korean woman, and then she's like, oh, yeah, I'm from L.A., blah, blah. I was like, oh, I know some like older heads from like K-Town, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, ah, da, da. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I used to work in L.A. at the Grove. She's like, oh, I used to shop at the Grove all the time. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I used to sell shoes to like some celebrity girls like Karuchi and then Nicolas Cage's wife. And then she goes, I'm Nicolas Cage's ex-wife. I was like,
That's crazy.
oh, this is funny. And that was like a month ago.
It's crazy
Anyways,
how small the world is.
yeah. Good person, good, nice lady, nice
That's
lady.
awesome.
Anyway, so we're working full time. Brother's working a job. We're doing YouTube. We hit some videos, and things start to go. You know, we're part of the community, collaborating. It's good vibes with everybody. And then, it just kind of grows into something. And then Richie from Seattle, he's working a job after college, and then he's like, yo, man, I'm like, let me like visit. Like, he comes down and visits first, sees what we got going on. He goes back, and then he's like, calls us back up. He's like, yo, I want to move. I want to move down. He's like,
That's
and
dope.
we're like, of course, our boy, come down with us. Like, this is going to be fun. Like, you know, and we get a little house together in the San Gabriel Valley, the 626. And then Richie, we help Richie start his channel there. And it just starts rolling from there. And then Richie finds his flow in fashion, which he's always been into. So that's like great alignment for him. And then, you know, we're just doing a whole bunch of content together. And it just flows from there. We get this TV show on this network called FYI, and this is like a food and travel TV show with me and David. And this is because they're kind of looking for fresh faces. They're also, not gonna lie, giving a lot of YouTubers TV shows at this time.
That's awesome.
Just to see if there's like something like Grace Helbig gets a show, Epic Mealtime gets a show on this network, we get a show, and Amber Rose gets a show after us.
That's wild.
We were on the same network as Amber Rose. So I don't know if maybe they're watching Amber Rose show and then click over and then it's like two Asian dudes just stuffing our faces in Texas. And then it's, so that was a really interesting experience because it's funny because at that time our YouTube is kind of blowing up. It's popping, it's going. And that was like, we're kind of feeling ourselves. And then all of a sudden this like TV show is like, yo, like come out, leave your system, like help us film this thing. And then so we go into negotiations with them and then all this stuff, but ultimately we end up doing the show and it's a great experience, although I will not say it's not like my favorite show, and that's not on, you know, any single one person's fault, but it was just like, you know, we said a bunch of stuff that I thought should have been in, but at the end of the day we were just talent. It wasn't actually our show.
So you didn't have any editing?
Chopped it up.
Oh wow, okay.
They told us where to go. We ended up having some more creative control after complaining. After like we went to this one super racist restaurant in South Carolina in Charleston, where like the shop owner clearly did not know that the hosts were two Asian dudes and the crew that was with us were all black and Spanish dudes from New York. And because the TV production crew, shout out to them, they gave us a great crew that we all vibe with. It was fun, but when we're traveling in these different places, it looks kind of crazy. We got all these big cameras out, two Asian dudes in the center of it, and then we have a Korean DP, we have a Caribbean sound guy, black second cam. Everybody's just, we're all minorities, all colored on this set, and we're just like in this like kitchen, and this like old racist dude was like, when are you guys almost finished? And then the producer's like, well, you know, you agreed that we have it until this time, and he's like, I don't know, I gotta open up shop soon. And I was just like, damn. But you know what's great about that show? It gave me a look at America.
Right.
And I'm not saying all of America's like that. First of all, Charleston is a charming place, but to be in different spaces and to go around traveling like that with a big crew, you know, you're attracting attention and you're asking to take up space in people's restaurants, you know, and in people's businesses, and you really get to see how they react. And obviously there's a lot of sweet people in the South. Not saying everybody's like that, but there is definitely people like that. They're like, yeah, when they talk about the Civil War, they call it the War of Northern Aggression. You know what I mean? And so going to those places that I would not on my own go, it was an amazing experience. Like, regardless of what happened, like, I take that experience on, like, I will remember that for the rest of my life, because I was like, I was here, I was there, we were traveling with the crew. It was such a core memory, But anyways, and like, they wanted us to say, like, this is one of the showrunners. They call it a showrunner. And then she was like, we were eating this brisket ramen in San Antonio cooked by this white dude. And it was good, but it wasn't like, she was like, hey, can you say it's like the best ramen you've ever had?
Wow.
And we were like, I can't say that's the best. I was like, I'm living in LA. Like, I've had Sujita ramen. I've like had shit made from real Japanese people who don't speak. I'm like, I cannot. And, we represent Asians. Like, we're these Asian representatives. So I'm like, I can't say this is the best ramen. My bro's like, nah, I'm not saying it. We're just not like saying this is the best ramen.
I respect
it's cool.
that, man. That's awesome.
It's cool. It wasn't bad. The best. And it's funny because we probably could have said it and it would have just like been forgotten, but nobody would have held it against us. But at the end of the day, David, my bro David, stood on his morals and his principles. And there was like, in doing that show, it was like, there was a lot of, it gave me that glimpse of what it was like to have a high production TV show.
Right.
And then we go back home to YouTube, or we had a YouTube guy with us, our friend from Philly, actually. His name's Amban.
Shout out Amban.
And then his parents own Tang Long over in Kensington, one of the best pho spots in Philly, top 5.
Let's go.
And then, so he's with us, and so we're making YouTube content along the way. But yeah, to go from like having these gigantic bazooka of a camera that's like weighing down the DP's shoulders. Nowadays, they probably even film with smaller like Alexas that are lighter.
Right.
But then they had all these lights, and then this was like 2013, 2014. So of course the gear is still this big, and to see that production and how long it took to set up, and then to go back and do our food YouTube stuff, I was like, wow, this is like night and day.
Yeah.
And then to have you as a showrunner who's like kind of telling you what to do sometimes, and selling what you say, and then you see the edit, and then it's like a few lines of yours get in there, and it's not really your show. You come to understand that your first season as talent in shows, especially soft, non-scripted reality, they call it. It's like, they just call it non-scripted. You're kind of replaceable. Like, you're interchangeable is what I mean. Not that they don't value. I mean, we got treated fine. We got, whatever we needed, but you are more replaceable than you think for the first season, for sure. Until you get renewed,
right,
2-3 seasons in, then you become valuable. Then you get to negotiate your contract. But yeah, shout out to BSTV and that they're actually based out of Jersey. They're very nice people. But it was just like a time, man. It was a time. And it was called What the Fung. Broke Bites What the Fung.
That's awesome.
And if you watch some clips, not gonna lie, some of the clips might be a little cringe now, but you understand, like, there was somebody directing us to do that a little bit. And also, we didn't know. We're in a new space.
Right.
We're just like, do we act like it's YouTube? But then we're kind of getting scripted to say. So I think for us, it was hard for us to fully like be like, if I did that show today,
right,
I know what I'm gonna be like. I'm the man I'm gonna be, but at that time, you're new to this, and you're like, I don't know, it's a TV show. I want a second season. I want to get renewed. I want to be the next Guy Fieri or Eddie Huang. Which are very different beasts, by the way.
Yes.
But it was definitely, we were definitely seen as somewhere in between.
Right.
And so yeah, I mean, it was such a good lesson, and it did remind me that self-producing, man, there's something so magical about it.
Totally.
There's also something magical about getting taken care of.
Absolutely.
And being in a system and having things set up for you. But if you really want to be yourself, you just make content yourself. And nowadays, you just make it off your phone, through the iPhone, or Google Pixel, or Samsung Fold, whatever it is. But
do you think if that didn't happen, you wouldn't appreciate kind of the self-content YouTube path as much?
I think I'd still appreciate it, but I think that maybe there was a little bit of a renewed, like kind of like this thought, like, oh, we've seen the other side, guys. I like what we got going on.
The grass isn't always greener.
Yeah,
Sometimes
the grass
it
is not always greener, and it's different timings in your life. Like YouTube channel was taking off. So of course, to go do something where we're kind of forced to say something, and
even taken away from your YouTube channel.
yeah. You know, it was a little bit harder at the time. I think nowadays, you know, since my YouTube channel is past its peak, I would say like, yeah, I'd be open to like a more structured TV show now and something like, you know, obviously I would want. Now I know how to talk about creative control and stuff like that. But
right.
Yeah, it's you know, be in a system. It's cool. Have stuff produced for you. But yeah, anyways, that was our kind of TV show experience.
That's awesome.
And again, very memorable, but would not do that same show exactly like that.
Right.
But now I know better of how to talk about what I would want in a new show if that opportunity would ever come up again.
Awesome.
One thing I really like about you is that you've had such a long career, but you're always looking for the next thing, and you're always trying new things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously, we've got the chili oil here. We've talked about some things sort of off camera. There's a lot of really cool stuff that you have going on, and I think that being one of the OGs, it's very rare that they have a lifespan as long as you have. And I think the amount of stuff that you've been able to do is incredible. And
I think it's your honesty, like
Yes.
like with that ramen. Like you're just not willing to just say something's good just because someone told you or you want more views or whatever. You're just always yourself, and I think that's led to your longevity.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've stuck by our message, and that message has always given us a lot of content and a lot of passion for what we talk about. So I think it's kept us going. And it's funny, when we started talking about being Asian and Asian culture and doing these memes, like things Asian parents do, or making songs about it, some people in YouTube, even other YouTubers that were our friends, were like, yo, how long are you going to talk about being Asian? Like, can you really talk? I was like, you guys are talking about being Asian. Like, you're so Asian. I was like, what do you, there's like 5,000 years of history. You think I'm going to run out of content? I was like, things are always changing. There's always new things. Like, I don't know. I was like, I don't think we're going to run out of content.
Right.
This is like an entire hemisphere of the world that has been around and is going to be around for so long. And then all the culture that transpires from it, from the diaspora and from, you know, being westernized, and now we're here, you know. So I was like, no, like, I think we'll have enough content, guys. I think we'll be fine. Yeah. And it's funny because talking so much about being Asian, some people use the questions like, is all you're going to do is talk about being Asian? I was like, first of all, I can talk about other cultures. You want me to talk about the other cultures? Like, that's what I mean. Like, it shows us the fact that we have some of the big hit early sneaker videos, like Jordan's 1 through 29 with Richie. Richie's always been a great big part of our, you know, obviously streetwear and sneaker material. But like, the fact that we have such big hitter views from different topics, I think goes to show you we just know how to culturally translate anything that we know about. Like, I'm culturally fluid in that I can talk about everything. I choose to mostly focus on Asian stuff because I know that that is our place of impact. You know, like my impact in sneakers, maybe at a moment, was a lot greater than it is now, to be honest. Like, Seth, you're one of the voices in sneaker. Like, there's 100 other.
I'm not even the guy anymore, dude. It's like a whole, like, I was maybe 2020, dude. It's now it's a whole nother world, man.
Like
it's crazy.
You're like putting a date on your piece.
That was like, bro, I'll tell you.
You're like 2020. I had some pool.
Yeah. And now I'm just, dude. I'm in my 30s, and all these kids coming up are like their early 20s, and they're like, oh man, dude, it's, you know, I was watching you growing up, and I'm like, oh man, dude, like I'm only 30. Like this person was probably 5 when they started watching.
Yeah,
that's crazy. And then now they're making content. They're getting millions more views than I am. You know,
it's every 5-6 years that somebody new. It was you, it was Richie, it was Blazendary, it was these guys. I don't even know who the newest.
Oh, it's short form now. It's all short form.
Instagram, yeah.
There's international now, everybody. So yeah, it's funny. So at that time, obviously, like, it shows that we have a breadth of what we can talk about. You know, I can talk about other people's culture, literally. Like, I know other types of people. I know that sometimes on the channel, it looks like I only know Asian people. Believe me, I know other people. But because I know that that's the mission. And me and David were very, like, focused in on the mission and the place of impact. And that's where our voices go the furthest. And that's where I feel like needs the most work. Like, the sneaker game doesn't need me. You know, talking about the rap industry doesn't need me. They don't need me.
It's your unique
the food
perspective.
kind of, like, you know, I still have, like, we're able to culturally translate a lot of stuff about food, you know, especially Asian food, and particularly even a more focus on Chinese food, right? So that's kind of like our expertise. But yeah, like, you know, we can talk about all types of stuff, but, you know, you just choose a lane and a focus and something that you feel passionate about, and you feel like you can talk about for a very, very long time, and that you're not going to lose steam for. And that's why we that's to answer anybody's question on why we always talk about Asian shit. Because we were just like, there's a lot of Asian shit going on, you know, and then especially during the 2021, the whole like Asian hate thing. And then that was a whole nother mission there, you know, COVID, trying to fight that, trying to bring more attention to Chinatown, trying to like talk about how to handle Asian hate, a lot of emotions going on and stuff like that. So yeah, it's, there's always missions, but yeah, I mean, I think now it's funny to look at, kind of where Asians are at. And sometimes I wonder, and this is very like me being very honest, is like, do they need what we're trying to say now? Like, do the young people still need it?
I think so.
I don't know if you guys can answer the question.
Well, so as I was
that's like the Asians need it, bro.
I was
I know.
I was like, lit. I bought it. No, but for me, like, you have such a different perspective on life than I do, and so hearing your story, and that's why I like your content so much, because it's completely different than anything that I know. And so hearing your perspective on so many different topics is really great, because it shows, one, it's interesting, but two, like, you get a better understanding. And the older I get, the more I realize the less that I know. You know what I mean? And so hearing from your perspective,
the more you know, the less you know.
Exactly. And so it's really, really cool to not only learn more, but also realize, wow, I really know nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, once you start to learn stuff, you learn exactly what you don't know. And you're like, whoa, actually the world is a lot bigger. So thank you. Yeah. I mean, yeah, but maybe the way we do it differently, the way we talk about it is different. Maybe like different times call for a different kind of fresh perspective. And again, there's been different seasons and different missions on our channel at different times. You know, at one time it was to make these list videos about breaking down types of Asian girls, types of Asian guys, like just having Asians think about themselves in a way that I was very inspired by the black community and how black comedians would break down black people and da. So I was like, we were inspired by that and be like, hey, well, why don't we do it for Asians? Asians need this conversation. And then, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, my future now, having been 13 years in the game, 13 years full-time content creator, like, what does it look like the next 3-5 years? I'm trying to figure that out right now.
That's awesome.
But in that, I still have passion for what I'm talking about. I still want to say things, but I think right now I am trying to like feel it out, you know? And by the way, my brother David, he's actually in Thailand right now. He lives in Bangkok, and he's still working, right? By the way, people are always like, oh, he's out there living like a king. I was like, what do you mean? Bangkok's a huge ass city. Like, it's a city like New York. It's a little cheaper to live in, but I'm saying, like, he's still working. He's working on a lot of projects, networking with a whole another corner of the globe, you know, that we're not meeting. So I think it's great. You know, he's kind of like the Asia arm. I'm the America, New York arm. And yeah,
you guys are worldwide.
Fung Bros are divide and conquer right now.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
If you will. So yeah, but to kind of speak on the future a little bit. Even me, like, you know, I've come to be comfortable with this state of being like, hey, I'm figuring it out. My life, I have great friends. I have good health. You know, my parents are in good health. Like I have a respectable brand. So I feel like whatever I do, I'm going to be okay. But I am figuring it out. Yeah.
What do you think kept you motivated all these years? Is it having your voice or making like, or something else?
Seeing that people still, that I think always just like, can we make an impact? And are we still making an impact is always a big question for us. And I know that some of our material, not 100% of our material was always made to make an impact, but I would say high percentage, like 85%. You know, some of it's just goofy. Some of it, people are like, it's cringe or whatever. I'm like, no, actually, like, it was always saying something, in my opinion. So I think the message and feeling like we make an impact, and that people, like when people come up to me and are like, yo, I've seen you, love the way you talk about stuff, and, you know, I've seen the Hot Boys videos, or like, I loved it when you talked about this topic, and or you helped me explore new foods. You know, those type of things keep me motivated too. Cool. Obviously, when the checks are coming in too,
yeah,
it helps.
Of course.
Yeah. When brands want to work with you, it helps. Yeah, I'm still motivated. I still want to make content. I'm still making content. I'm a little bit in a transition right now, though, and like feeling it out. Like, what's it gonna be? What type of content? What's another 100 videos I want to make?
And that you're passionate about,
right?
Yeah.
Now, you guys started this podcast. You made a bunch of YouTube videos. You're still making them. I've seen, obviously, but you're probably like, hey, I could do 100 of these podcasts.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, let's do it. Like, I want to talk to 100
Absolutely.
of my friends or people that I've watched.
Totally.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm in a transitional phase too. I feel the same way. Like, I feel like my heyday on YouTube, at least personally, right now is not, you know, sneakers. It's one, sneakers, and two, they're just people who are doing it better than me, who are younger than me. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, that's what for me, that's what's so exciting about being a creator in general. It's like, you know, you create your own brand, you do stuff like the podcast, and you learn. Now I'm learning that I'm having so much more fun learning from other people like yourself rather than just trying to figure it out myself. Because I feel like I know how to do my style of stuff. Now I want to learn how other people are doing their style. Doesn't mean eventually I'm going to, you know, try and co-opt their style, do something like that. It just means that, like, it gives me a wider perspective on things.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm so excited about this. And another reason I'm so excited to have you on. And I want to ask you, sort of going off to, because you're in that transitional phase, what like category of content or stuff are you interested in right now? Is it like the food? Is it the political? Is it the
Like watching or making?
Making. Like, what are you passionate about at the moment?
You know, we've definitely have touched on politics because I think that things got politicized, and you know, we always wanted to talk about current culture, and there was a lot of questions about like Asians in politics or politically, where do the Asians stand? Are we a monolith? Are we going to vote as a one block, or, you know, all that stuff, and like how do we who do we vote for that's going to help us the most or whatever? You know, there was a lot of those conversations. I'm not saying the answers are easy to those or they're clear, but I'm saying we talked about them, and I thought that was helpful. I don't know if I want to continue talking about politics.
Right. Yeah.
I can imagine the comment
Possibly.
section.
I mean, I like geopolitics. I'm not going to lie. What's
awesome.
very fascinating to me is maybe not, I shouldn't say geopolitics as much, but the whole China and America thing, like this whole relationship that's going to be, if you want to think about it, it's going to be very defining of our next like 30 years of like how America works or fights with China. And when it comes to war with China, I actually think we've already been at war. Actually, it's been a war underneath, you know. So I think that there's a possibility that they do work together in the future. You know what I mean? In whatever way you think. And again, like, you know, we're talking about huge countries, so they're always working together and fighting each other on some level at the same time.
They need each other.
Yeah, as long even when the presidents are meeting, there's still some shit going on that's like beefing on a different level. Or obviously there's always trade. Even if the presidents are beefing, there's so much trade going on. That never stopped.
Yep.
You know, maybe it stopped for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, the tariffs.
Yeah. But it was like, did not really stop for that long. But so something like that really fascinates me because, you know, being Chinese American, like I think, and not every Chinese American thinks like this, but how China is viewed as a country still affects my life. You know, because I'm also someone who's still tapped into culture and I'm proud of that culture. I'm not necessarily part of the government over there, you know, but I'm proud of what that country has done to a level, you know, it's made leaps and bounds like almost no other country has in modern history. So
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think that's a conversation that's really interesting to me. But again, that's like also a different lane, and I'm not sure yet. I mean, these are just things that I like to talk about. You know, food is easy. Food is the fun content. Like I got friends in New York. Shout out to Steffi, who like I make food videos with, and it's so easy and it's fun. The food is already made. I don't have to make the food. It's there.
That's great.
It's done. You just step in and then you. That's why everybody makes food content. Oh my God, this is the newest New York restaurant. You know, that guy Babby who makes fun of everybody. And it's like, come with me and my friends and this new Chinatown, like hole in the wall. And it's like so easy to make that content because it's there.
Yeah.
And it's so watchable. And it ignites people to go do something like, oh, I want those dumplings. I got to get those dollar dumplings. So food, I think, will always be there because I need to eat.
Of course.
And I still enjoy talking about food. I have a chili oil product.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Smala.
SmalaSauce.com, also on Amazon, but right now my Amazon Prime is taking a little while. I don't know why, but it's supposed to be on Amazon Prime. Highly rated on Amazon, by the way.
It's delicious. I had some. I've been. That's my personal one out of my fridge.
Yes.
So I've been using them, but I let them taste it.
Seth
on the way
Fowler's
in.
favorite chili oil.
It actually, legitimately, yes. To be fair, it's my first chili oil, but it's my favorite.
It's the only chili oil I've ever had.
Yes,
But-
it's the only. Yes, absolutely.
But
It's-
hey, whatever. Yeah, I think it's easy, it's fun, squeezable, drizzleable, goes on everything. It is our product. Anyways. But yeah, I mean, so that's kind of where I'm at, I guess, to answer that question. But it's funny being an OG in this game
yeah.
because now I'm Unk. I'm like compared to you guys, I'm Unk. Like I meet these kids, and I met one of them recently, and it was really cool because it was like a full circle. We had a good moment, me and Jason the Ween.
That's awesome.
Which, if anybody, you can clip this up. I'll tell a quick story about me and Jason the Ween. So it's kind of, we had a situation. Not really. It wasn't a situation. It was not beef, no nothing. But it was a situation where he's this popular streamer kid, Vietnamese American kid from Houston. You know, he's with FaZe Clan. You know, he's doing all these things. I'm not as familiar with his content, but he is on someone else's YouTube channel. He makes a joke about Asians. It was just a side joke. It wasn't even the craziest joke, but it was a joke where we're like, okay, well, yeah. So let's talk about it. And being like these, mature Asian American voices, we're like, we got to talk about this, So we do a very basic research. And then we make this video, and I think the message of what we were trying to say in the video was just like, hey, as an influential Asian, maybe Jason could be a little bit more cognizant about the things he says, That's actually the core message. What we actually said was quite different, and the delivery was not our best work. So anyways, we post this video. We get blasted. Like, I'm talking about, because what happens is it gets sent to Jason, and Jason has to stream for many hours, and he reacts to it on his stream.
Oh, man.
And even though he doesn't tell his fans to come at us, but his fans come at us. And they're younger guys. They have time.
Yeah.
They got the time. They're like, I got time today. And they're like DMing us, blah, 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 TikTok, all this stuff, blah, 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 saying all this stuff, blasting us. And I was like, whoa. I was like on a trip in Thailand at the time. I was like in Chiang Mai trying to enjoy the sun. And I was like, what's going on? I was like, oh, shoot. Whoa, geez. So we like take down the video, and then we're like, okay, what happened? And then, so there's a lot of hateful comments. But within the hate, there's actually comments from people who are still current fans of ours that respect us. And the comments that hit me the most were like, hey, bro, Fung Bros, like, I respect you guys. I'm a big fan of you guys, but I think your take on Jason was like not it. Like it was OD. It wasn't the best take. Here's why. And those are the type of comments I really read into. The hate was easy. Of course, we dissed your hero. I get it. So this is the internet. I know how it works. I was like, crap. All right. I was like, we reflect on it. A day later, like, I messaged Jason, DM him, because I'm like, I'm not going to deal with the fans. I'm going to go straight to the man, because I'm a guy. I'm a man, and I'm older, So I'm like, I can apologize for mistakes. I apologize, and then he reads the apology on his stream.
Oh, wow.
And then,
did you mean for that to happen? Did you know he was going to do that?
I knew, dude. He streams everything.
Oh, okay.
So when you're messaging a streamer, just know
It's public.
that it's essentially public. So I know that. And I get it. So, I message him, it was a sincere apology. And then sometime later, just recently at this kind of Asian celebrity charity basketball event that's huge. It's thrown by Simu Liu, Jeremy Lin's organization, Asian Roots Collective over in Toronto. Big event. Great sponsors. They fly all Asian like influencers out, It's something that I've been a part of for many years. It's a great event in Toronto. And he comes to the game, and he's part of the game. And I was like, I saw him. And he was streaming at the time. And when I met him at the game, I was like, I want to tell him that I'm happy to see him here.
That's awesome.
Like there's no ill feelings. It's all love. Through the basketball game, we're hooping together, camaraderie. Hooping brings people together, especially if you win. So we won, and
Were you on the same team?
Yeah, same team. And I talked to him at the end, and I realized that us and Jason, we're like of different generations. But we're actually a lot more similar than we are different. Like, honestly, like, he's a Asian American kid. He got all this energy. He likes to hoop. He likes to make music. He likes to stream all day, talk to his fans. He likes girls. He liked all these. I'm like, it's all the stuff I like. And all the stuff that I was focused on back when I was his age.
Right.
So I'm just like, man. It was just like but I hope that our overall message got through. And, I know he had conversations about it, but overall, like, I'm cool with him, man. Like, I follow him now. Like, I love to see him shining. It's his time, and his peak is way beyond what our peak was. Although we make different content, obviously, I think we're going to have like a different impact, but he's representing Asian kids out there, and, I support it now,
That's
and
awesome.
It was like a cool moment, but it was like, it's one of those stories that I have of recent where I was like, I got pulled into a different world for a moment that I didn't know I was going to get pulled into this streamer world for a second,
Wow.
And so, yeah, we're cool. Yeah. So
That's awesome.
We're good now.
Yeah. That's dope.
I mean, I don't know if we're hanging out anytime soon, but we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good, y'all. You seen the stream. If you watch that entire stream of the basketball game, you're going to see it's authentic.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's awesome. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's me like crossing over with the younger space.
I love that.
And I hate saying younger space because I still feel kind of young, but in media wise, we're not that young. I don't know.
We're not there. I'm 33.
I'm a little bit older than you, so I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. No,
Trust me, I got called all the names from these fans.
Oh man.
And I even to the point, Unc, you want to put the fries in the bag, Unc? And I'm like, man.
Do they still come at you or it
No,
stopped?
not really. No. And I posted this video and this photo, and I was like, yo, we teamed up for the dub, so we're good, man.
That's
like,
dope.
like it wasn't even that serious,
Yeah.
guys. But you know, the supporters, the fans are gonna make it more of a beef than it is.
Totally.
It's kind of like if you got a hometown professional sports team,
Exactly.
you need a rival.
Yep.
The fans want a rival, even if the players are like, I don't know, I trained with that guy in the offseason. He's cool.
Cowboys are having Eagles players on their podcast. Like,
But
yep.
when you play against each other, the fans might fight each other.
Yep.
You know?
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's amplified online.
Yeah.
It is.
So I get it. That's part of the game. You know, we just stepped into a different part of the game for a second. But
Interesting.
it's cool. It's good vibes now. You know, I'm very happy. I'm very at peace with who I am. And again, even though just because I'm in this figure it out stage, that doesn't mean I'm not doing it anymore. That doesn't mean I'm giving up. That doesn't mean any of those things. Like, actually, I still have a lot of energy for it.
Right.
I'm actually just in a pivot. You know, I'm pivoting right now. I got my foot planted. I'm pivoting, but I'm just in the middle of the pivot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Would you ever think about live streaming or that's not?
I've thought about it.
Yeah?
I think it would be cool.
But I don't know if my fan base has the time to watch my streams.
Fair.
Because streaming is for younger people who,
Have
to be
nothing to
fair,
do.
are not working like full-time jobs.
Very
And
true.
a lot of my fans are like deep in college or have jobs.
Right.
Or if not families.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know if they got 5 hours, but I don't hate the idea of streaming.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I got a lot of energy. I started doing like these walk and talk videos around New York,
That's
and
dope.
I like being out in person and stuff like that. I'm still a very in-person person. So that's one thing that I will say. And I feel like you can attest to this because you're also a real life person and you do things in real life. And I'm not dumping on purely internet people, but I'm saying like, I always knew I had a real life and I had real personality in real life. Like, I've done stand-up comedy and I didn't stream it.
That's awesome.
I didn't even post all the clips. I'm there as a YouTuber going up on stage saying a bunch of shit that I'm not going to say on YouTube, and I'm trying to work it out in the room. And I'm in front of people I have no idea. These people don't care who I am. I have to make a name for myself here in this moment.
Right.
And forget whatever status, how many subscribers I come with. It doesn't, who gives a shit? You know, it's, are you funny? Are you going to bomb? So I'm just a real person. And if that's why I handled the Jason the Ween thing like a real person, you know, it's like, you know, some internet shit and, you know, see each other in real life and we're cool. You know, he got to feel my energy. I felt his energy and we're good. So, and that's how I like to handle, you know, a lot of things. Like, even when people have said stuff about us on the internet, even other creators, there was a time when there were some people in LA that were like yapping about us. I don't even know them personally, you know, they were just yapping about us on their channel. I was just like, it's kind of weird. I was like, I don't really know you, but if I see you in person, I'll say what's up.
Right.
Not like in a
No.
fight, but like, I'll be like, hey, what's up? You want to talk it out in person, man to man, like take it off of this internet shit. Not like, we don't have to take it to the boxing ring. I'm just saying we could take it to a discussion.
Right.
I never crossed paths with those people, but I would have that conversation because I'm just not afraid. Because I'm like, yo, just when you talk to me as a real person, like, I don't think you're gonna keep saying that stuff. But since you don't know me, yeah, I guess you're talking, you know. So that's what I thought. That's how I always kind of stay grounded.
That's one thing I've always really liked about you, because I think I don't know if we first met, was it Complex Con in maybe 2018, 2019? Was that the first time we met, or we met at Sneaker Con?
We met in Shanghai.
Oh my gosh, we did.
At Sneaker Con Shanghai. That's
that 2019?
crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy to meet Seth the first time in
I
China.
forgot about that. Yeah, we did.
Jeff Staple was there.
Yep.
We went with Richie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh
that was
my
a fun
gosh,
trip.
that was such a fun trip.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I brought that up is because, like, even from the moment that I met you guys, you and your brother both, but like, you're both so genuine. You're so kind. Like, because I grew up watching you, or not. I didn't. I hate when people say that to me, but I literally just said it to you. I apologize for that. I watched you, and I'm a big fan of you. And meeting you in person, like the same way you meet, you know, celebrities that you've watched for years.
Yeah.
You were so genuine, so real, and you immediately treated me like just a regular person. And
Yeah.
that was I valued that so much, and it was such a really refreshing thing after me. Like, again, I mean, most of the creators that I talk to are good people,
Yeah.
but like after meeting people who weren't, you know what I mean? Especially after watching them for years and be like, oh wow, they're not the same person. You're super genuine, and even I think back then I wasn't anywhere close to the size I am now, but like you still treated me the same no matter what, and I really, really appreciated that, man.
See, when we meet people that we watch, you know, like, I have no problem approaching people, even if I don't know if they know me or I don't know how big of a fan they are. Like, if I legit know who they are and I'm a fan, I'll just say what's up. Hey man, I like your work. Like even if I actually forgot their name, because like the names are sometimes like,
Dude,
I don't know,
same.
your Instagram handle's different and your YouTube channel's a different fucking name. But like I'm just like, hey, I like your work, like good shit, Like I see some of the Instagram comedians around New York. I'm just like, hey, I like your shit, man. Thank you. And I'm never too big for that, because I like it when people respectfully show me love too.
Yeah. And I like that it's really you being a real person. It's really you realizing that there's something outside of the online life, which, like you said, like there's people out there who maybe streamers who even have that online life, or have that outside life, but it's still the online life because they're sharing all of it.
Yeah. And that's it was crazy to see Jason the Ween work because he's streaming the whole time. His camera guy got this backpack on.
Wow.
It's got a wireless signal.
That's crazy.
And then he's got one of the Sony cams and the whole setup. He's got a second sound source.
So they've got like a computer in the back, at the backpack, or something.
They have like a modem, like wireless modem.
Like an antenna for internet.
That's
right?
nuts.
They do. Yeah, I mean you just buy those. That's
I just
that's
thought
how
people were
they
using their
stream
phones. I
from
didn't
wherever they're
realize
at.
that. Oh,
no, they're not
wow.
going off like T-Mobile.
I thought, yeah.
No. Whatever that shit is, it's way stronger than.
I think that
Verizon,
thing's
T-Mobile.
$30K.
Huh?
I think that costs $30K.
Probably, yeah.
setup?
No, because
I
you get
saw
signal
mine.
probably anywhere.
Yeah.
That's how you stream in the
yeah.
in the small towns and
Yeah.
stuff. Because think of how much data you need. It's like connected to a satellite, probably it's Starlink or something.
That makes sense.
So
Wow. Okay.
no, when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is the new age.
Yeah.
And it was cool to see him work. But he's on. He's on the whole time. Even when I'm having like this very short heart to heart with him,
Right.
he's on. And everything's being streamed. So I knew when I was like, I'm not gonna lie. Even and I don't get nervous very often, but I was like, I know when I talk to him, thousands of his fans are watching.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of these fans already think some type of way about me.
Yeah.
And they think I'm washed, sour, bitter, blah, 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 blah. And so when I step in front of the camera, I was like, I know like there's going to be an reaction immediately. There's no go back, upload the footage, edit it. This is it.
Yep. And it's getting clipped. They're saving it. They're gonna make commentary on it.
Already got clipped up.
That's
it goes,
wild.
The clip is Fung Bros and Jason the Ween squash their beef. There was no beef, but we talk.
That's great.
So thank you, and we're good. So if any of the Jason the Ween fans watch this, we're good. Just please do not comment on me ever again.
Do you think creators like that, not him particularly, who are on for hours, 8 hours plus, do you think that's just them and their personality, or do you think they turn on and off?
Everybody has, I feel like, a turn up character. Even Seth probably has it. We have it because people have met us in person. They're like, "Oh, you guys are a little different than you are on camera." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not like with my YouTube face like noodle pool." You know what I mean? This is like, of course we play it up a little bit. Of course the energy's higher. So no, I don't think Jason. I don't think he acts like that all the time. I mean, you think I Show Speed can act like that?
Fair. Yeah.
24 hours a day. Like the guy got a lot of energy, but he's not like he still turns it on. I'm sure you can sit him down when the camera's off and have a regular conversation.
Right.
And I think he has regular conversations, but he's just a little bit more hype, because he knows like gotta keep things moving, gotta keep things
make it
moving.
interesting for the viewers.
Yeah, keep it interesting. And I think that is a talent and skill that you got to develop over time. It's not easy. Some people have it for 30 minutes, some people have it for 6 hours.
I got like a solid 3 hours, and then after that, like I'm done.
Yeah.
Like I can't handle. I can film for a little bit, and then it's like, whew, gotta take a break.
Yeah.
How long? What would you say is like when it comes to creating content or your most creative times? Like, do you have like a certain period of time that like I'm gonna be most creative this time of the day or this amount of time? Or
Interesting. I felt pretty good, even though it's not early in the morning, but it was like 10 a.m. now.
Right.
But I woke up a little earlier than usual. But I don't want to say I'm a morning person, but I can do stuff in the morning.
Right.
But some of our like best talks, like talk videos that we've had, like me and David, were at night.
Yeah.
And something about it is like you've been through the day.
You've let your
done bunch
walls
of
down a
stuff,
little
you
bit down.
Talk to people. Yeah. And maybe, I don't want to say it's like nighttime is the key. And, I just think it's more of like you feeling prepared and warmed up for what you're talking about, But yeah, that's about it. I don't know. I'm not like, I don't know if I'm defined by where the moon is.
Fair
or
enough.
the sun is, but
Yeah,
definitely just need to be warmed up.
Well, I do want to talk a little bit about your chili oil. How'd you get into that? Like, what was the process for that?
Yeah, there's actually there's a newer label now. I should have brought.
So I bought that on Amazon right after we talked in SneakerCon New York.
Oh, cool.
months
Yeah,
ago. Yep.
so this was the label. Yeah, we have a red label now, but smaller sauce. It was something because we've always been into food, me and David, and we're really into Chinese food, and Chinese people are really the chili oil people.
Gotcha.
Like when it comes to chili oil, Chinese got like so many, every province, region, city, like has kind of its own take on, especially on chili crunch or chili sauce or chili oil sauce. Sometimes it's soft, sometimes it's not a crunch. But like, I've had all these different chili oils, and we're like, yo, let's create like a chili oil product because it aligns, and it makes sense for us to have created a food product because we're into food. Like, people can believe that we know what we're doing. So if I say it's good, like, there's a chance that it's actually good. I'm not coming out of a place of like, oh, I actually do like if we were just sneakerheads doing a chili oil, the alignment's not as quite sellable.
Totally.
You could still do it, but it's not as sellable. That's what you're making.
Look at socks. Yeah, socks and
Just
sneakers.
sneaker
Yeah.
guy, right. You could do a sauce, but you'd have to sell people on it a little bit harder
Totally.
because they don't know what you know about sauce, even though you might be a big sauce guy, right? So that it was sellable, but also we were inspired because like I was at an Italian restaurant, and there's so much good Italian food in New York. When I got to New York this last time, I really had so much more respect for Italian food. It's not that I disrespected Italian food ever, but I just never really dove into it like that. So anyways, I'm at this Italian restaurant, and there's like chili oil on the table. I was like, Italian's got a chili oil? And I asked the waiter. He's like, oh yeah, it's like Calabrian chili oil. I was like, Calabrian chili, this is awesome. And I drizzle it out on our Neapolitan pizza that we're eating at the time. I was like, oh, this is pretty good. And plus I was like, you know, it's not that hot. It's Italian chili oil is not as spicy, but it's tasty. And I was just like, wait, how come like Chinese don't drizzle it out? Like, how come we gotta always have our chili oil in a jar?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then so Graza was also popping at the time, the olive oil. And we were like, yo, why don't we do our own chili oil, put it in the squeeze bottle? Like, this is a very American format. This is an Asian American brand. You know, it can be based off of a Chinese word, but we don't have to make it look too traditional. I'm not trying to tell people this is the most traditional chili oil on the market. You know, like there's the Lao Gama, which is the one with the auntie. There's like all these other ones that are from China. I'm like, listen, this is a new thing, and we're inspired by the Italian chili oil. So we actually find this company that helps influencers make sauces, and they make a bunch of other sauces. They make one for Iraq, which is a pizza fry. They make it for The Boys, which is a big channel. They have a whole line of hot sauces too. Anyways, so we're the only chili oil on the roster, and then this team Cura, they put us in touch with his kitchen, and the kitchen, it's not even an Asian kitchen. They're Greek and Italian guys over in Florida. Okay. So I was like, perfect, they're Italian. This is awesome. Or they're half Italian. And I was like, this is amazing, right? So we team up with them, and then we work. We go like 16 iterations back and forth.
That's awesome.
About the recipe. We taste it. I have friends taste. I taste it on everything. I'm tasting it on everything. We try it crisp. We're like, I don't want the crisp. This is like everything else. And then we super infuse this oil with a lot of flavor, and make it squeezable and make it drizzleable or squizzleable. And then, yeah, we just push it out, and we've already made changes to it since it came out. The first version had truffle in it.
Oh, okay.
Which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
We priced it a little higher, but it didn't need truffle.
Okay.
Maybe I'll make another version with truffle again, but actually I think it's great without the truffle. And not everybody likes like truffle flavor.
No, I've noticed that, yeah.
Yeah, some people are really like, they have like a gag reflex to it, I guess. But anyway, so yeah, it's going right now, and I just did this fancy food show, which is like kind of one of the big food shows in New York, and hopefully, you know, we're going to get some more sales from that and some accounts. You know, obviously the dream is like, oh, I want to be in on Whole Foods, or I want to see it on this shelf. But yeah, what I realized about the CPG game, which is the consumer packaged goods game, is here's a little secret, not really a secret, but like you could see a product everywhere on the shelf, and it's not necessarily making money because a lot of depends on what they sell it to the store for, and sometimes for certain shelves, it's pay to play. So it's a marketing cost you pay to be on the shelf or be at that display. So a lot of these companies, they'll raise a bunch of money. And when we say raise a bunch of money, I'm talking about like multi-millions of dollars raised.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. I mean, this is VC, right? You know, these are products like maybe they'll raise $2 to $6 million. I didn't do that yet. Hopefully one day, but I'm not there yet. So you raise this money, and then you spend a lot of this money to be distributed everywhere.
Right. Oh, is that?
I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to get these people to want to carry my sauce
because they want to,
because they think it'll sell, and because they like it.
Right.
Where can people buy it?
Right now it's on the website, and right now it's on Amazon, but for some reason my Amazon Prime is kind of like messed up at the moment, but essentially it usually is on Amazon Prime. But it's currently at this moment being sent out to all the different warehouses around America, so it's just taking a while.
That's awesome.
But it's been on Amazon and my website. Okay. So if you message Smala Sauce on Instagram, I will give you a discount code. I would love to.
Let's go.
Yeah, so that's where it's at, and it's been a cool journey. It's been cool to make a product that people like. You know, it is a competitive space. There's a lot of chili oils out there. There's a lot of sauces. Ours is different. I think it's still different to this day. It still stands out.
Have you had any competitors pop up since you put it out?
Oh, that have
Copycats?
put it like squeezable?
Yeah.
Not really in this way. I know we've inspired a super small brand that just started up locally, but you know, there's nothing wrong with that. None of this is copyrighted, you know, except my name. So you can't use my name,
right?
Smala, you know, but and nothing else is copyrighted. So like, yeah, you can put chili oil in another squeeze bottle, like,
but don't.
Yeah, don't. That's whack. But you could.
But yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool to go out and use the sauce to represent myself. Like, obviously, it helps to be who I am. Like, it helps me to connect with people because I have a background in food media and YouTube, and you know, I have some clout and some, you know, some name recognition. But it's kind of nice to just represent the sauce, and be like, hey, this sauce got to be good on its own. Like, forget who Fung Bros are. Like, I gotta assume they don't care. I go into every meeting or talk to everybody assuming they have no idea who I am. If they do and they appreciate what I do, great. But if they don't, I'm like, I have to stand on my own with this. So I'm like kind of it's like a new costume for me, or a new character that I have, which is to represent Smala Sauce. I could be the Smala Sauce guys before I'm the Fung Bros, you know?
That's awesome.
And it's kind of cool to be recognized for a good product versus like everything riding on what I've done in the past on YouTube, you know?
But I think you have like the formula to create a good product. First of all, it tastes good, which is one of the most important things I'm assuming for, you know, consumable. But also, like, you literally, like you were saying, it's part of your identity. You love food. You've grown up loving food. You've grown up, you know, or you've put so many different iterations, 16 different iterations of the sauce. Like, you've literally put your heart and soul into it. It's not like some other sauce brand is like, yo, we're gonna make a chili oil variant. You know what I mean? Like, this is truly you. This is like this is your heart and soul, which is so cool. And I think brands like that tend to be most successful because people can taste it. In this case, you know what I mean? Like, it's good. Try it. Seriously.
Invest. No, I'm just kidding.
What are some of the hurdles that you didn't expect when making this? Obviously, 16 iterations, that's a lot. But like, other than that, like business side or manufacturing.
Yeah. Hey, it's made in America.
Awesome.
Made in Florida.
Nice.
And I'm proud of that. It also costs a little bit more, you know, made in America, but I like that it's an American-made product. You know, that's in line with the branding. I think, yeah, making it out of the fray. I think just making it out of the noise and showing that you're different, because a lot of people have their chili oils, and you know, it does take a lot for people to try something new.
Yeah,
it does take a lot for someone to trust a new brand. They got to see it several times. They got to get, you know, there's like different touch points, right? You like see it once, or you hear about it once. You're not going to buy it necessarily. You hear it twice. Okay. And then you see me in person selling it at this show or whatever. And they're like, okay, yeah, I've heard about it. Now I buy it. And then sometimes it still matters on what I say. I still got to sell you on it. So there's some of that like grassroots stuff that I got to do. And getting into supermarkets is hard. That's hard. Everybody wants to be on the shelf at supermarkets. Supermarkets, they need to make their margin, and they have like a hard cutoff. They don't care what product you got. They need to make their percentage.
Right.
And so I have to lower it, and you know, and sometimes you take a small L just to be on the shelf, you know, just to get that exposure and just to get in the system. And if it sells well, then it keeps going and all that stuff. So
category wise, are food margins low, or are they higher than other categories? Like in terms of like groceries in general, is it a pretty low margin game?
I'll be honest, chili oil margins, because chili oil costs a little bit more to make than hot sauce.
Gotcha.
The reason why you are seeing a million hot sauces, and I mean hot sauces as in vinegar-based, tomato-based hot sauces, like a sriracha type or like a Tabasco type, or, you know, whatever the margins are really good on those.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That makes sense.
So we battled early on about, should we make it a sauce? Should we make it this? Like, we could do like a Sichuan-inspired sauce. I was like, we got to go chili oil first for sure, you know. I think a sauce is in the works, but the chili oil is our premier. They call it the hero SKU.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Just like, would this be your hero SKU, or your socks?
Socks, yep.
Yeah, socks are your hero SKU. You know, it's your first main SKU that's kind of kicking off the brand. Yeah, so it's been interesting. It's been fun. And it's having like, it still keeps me in the food conversations.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool. But yeah, now I'm a brand operator. Now I'm a brand founder. And it is it is taking some time. So now I'm like, in this whole pivot transition, I'm like, how much time am I spending on Smala? Who do I need? Who can I get to help me out with it? And how much time am I spending on YouTube and stuff like that? So yeah, it's a lot. I'm a little busy.
Yeah, I can
figuring this
imagine.
out. Yeah, I'm figuring it out, you know. So, but otherwise, the journey's good. I like the journey, and you know, I got good friends and good. I like enjoying my life in New York, and so those things at a baseline always helps.
Yeah.
Like enjoying the real life as well as having to do all this other stuff. So
I want to dive like not too deep into it because I'm sure we don't have a lot of time, but I do want to talk a little bit about that because, you know, as a creator who sort of started a brand that in the same way that you want it to be known as its own brand, I think we want our own brand to be known as our own brand without, you know, one day if I stop doing YouTube, it shouldn't affect the brand. But you brought up a really interesting point about having to balance YouTube, your in a lot of senses, your full-time job, and then this new thing that you want to maybe be much bigger.
Yeah.
How do you kind of handle that? Like, how do you deal with that?
yeah, looking at the growth, you can look at it from a technical standpoint and be like, okay, what's the potential growth of each thing? Is my YouTube done growing? I mean, actually, I'm still getting new subscribers all the time. So no, I'm still going to do YouTube. But it's not that like every YouTube video I make, do I sell like 100 small hours? It's not like that either. But yeah, so basically I need partners for small out who can do a bunch of stuff that I can't do. Because as far as like marketing, getting the content, doing the collaboration, the recipes, the creative, the new labels and stuff, that's all stuff I love. That's so fun. I want to like R&D new stuff. But as far as like managing all the fulfillment,
Yeah.
the selling platforms, Amazon this and that, I'm like, even the email blast, I'm like, yeah, I need help. So I'm working with a couple people. It's been cool. I found some help through my friends, and yeah, that's basically it, you know. And also like, you know, I'm gonna take eventually I'm gonna take investors or you know, people who have sweat equity. And it's sweat equity being like you kind of work for your equity, right?
Right.
It's not necessarily you're putting money in, but you're doing work and you get a certain percentage. So I think that's the next step. And yeah, building the team out and having more people to work with on that, I think is going to be key because maybe the YouTube thing, I personally have to figure it out. But this sauce thing, it's been done before. You know, there's a lot of people who have worked in this space before. So, and yeah, it's cool because like it's a new product. Like some people who I know even want to work for the sauce and they do want to on the channel. That's fine.
Yeah.
Because the channel is like, the missions are a little bit different. The messaging is a little bit different. One's a fun food product that's tasty. And then the other is this, it's literally coming from our brains and our faces, you know, so it is different. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see on what happens. But obviously as I get more help with Smala, like I think it's going to grow and, you know, I'll focus on the aspects that I'm really good at.
Right.
You know,
That's awesome, man. So what do you have going on in the future? What's the next? I know we talked about transition, but like in the near future, anything
I might be
up?
traveling for a couple months
Nice.
in October. But not just international, some international, but I still need to go spend some time in the West Coast, do some smaller stuff there. I have family in the Bay Area, still, you know, friends in Seattle and stuff. So I'm going to be traveling. Yeah. And I'm it's kind of nice that, you know, not every one of my friends can travel for that long, right? They have many obligations, whether it be businesses or family, right? And for me, I can still do it. So I think this next year I'm going to travel a lot. And it might be my last year that I travel at this rate. And that's okay. Because as you get more obligations, you cannot just travel all the time.
Yeah, no way.
Even if I had a wife, like I literally could not just go for 2 months without her. That'd be weird. Maybe, you know, she'd have to come out for some of it or whatever, you know? But currently, in my current status, I am good to go. So I'll be free, and it'll be a lot for work and what I'm doing. And, you know, I might spend time in different cities. Like, I might spend some more time in Toronto.
Dope.
Parts of Asia. Definitely want to go back to China. Got to spend some time in LA in the Bay. And, yeah, so I'm going to Texas next week. So
Nice,
it's
okay.
cool. It's cool to... It's like if you're going to be free like me and unchained, you should make the most of it. And travel a lot, you know what I mean? Because sometimes you're gonna have things that anchor you down somewhere.
100%.
So you got to. Are you you're married?
Yeah.
Kids?
Yeah, I just had a daughter. Well, not just had a
shoot.
daughter. Like maybe 6. I don't know why I'm
yeah,
looking at
same with me.
15 months ago.
Okay.
Just 15 months. Yeah, dude.
Nice.
So it's a whole new world. But like the nice thing, like I like what you were
What's
talking
your
about.
hair color? Is she red?
She's bright red. You know what? Can I tell you something crazy? And you're not gonna believe this, but my mom, half Malay, half Irish.
Wait,
she,
what?
Yeah. So
Your
she
mom?
My mom. Yeah. So she grew up until she was 10. She grew up in Malaysia. My granddad on that side.
Your mom
full
looks
Malay. She
Asian?
looks. It's an interesting mix between Asian and Irish. Yeah. My uncles look very Asian.
So
well, very
you're
Malay.
a fourth Malaysian. That's the biggest bomb of this podcast. What are you serious?
Yeah. But here's the thing.
You?
Yeah. But my dad
A
is like
fourth.
full Kansas. So I got like mostly all white, and I got the red hair from the Irish side. But then all like okay.
Did you do a 23andMe before they
I
shut
did, yeah.
down?
It's literally exactly 25%. Because I knew my
Malaysian
history.
from Malay. Like,
Full
do you
Malay.
know which island she's from? Like,
Right outside KL.
so your grandparents met there? in
So
Malaysia?
my granny was Irish. Her husband went to Ireland back in whatever year that was to go to med school. They met in med school. She married him, moved back. She was actually his second wife. She moved back to Malaysia, lived there, had kids. They were there probably for 15
Wait,
years.
blood-wise, you're Malaysian.
Yeah. Because my granddad, Don, it doesn't matter. He was full Malay. Grew up in Malay. Like, he's
So
full
do
Malay.
you have a picture of him? Do you just?
I have a
see him?
picture. I don't have
Does he
pictures.
look like
He passed
Filipino, like a
away a while
Malay?
ago.
Like
I
he
can
looks
show you-
Asian.
I can show you a picture of my half cousin, who's his other wife's son. Let me see if I can find it.
I've met his mom. She looks half Asian.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. I'll find a picture. You know, I don't know my phone.
I always knew Seth fuck with Asians. I knew it, man. I always thought you were either married to an Asian girl or and then so I was like, yo, Seth's really down with the. When did you find this out?
I always knew.
Oh, you
'Cause
always
my mom
His
like
mom
literally
looked half
grew up.
Asian.
Yeah, she was.
Okay.
Yeah,
so did you eat some Asian food growing up, like Malaysian food?
So here's the thing. So growing up, my Irish granny lived with us because she split up with her Malay husband,
okay.
and then she moved to the U.S. and lived with us. And my mom literally.
Like, I was married to a Malaysian man.
Exactly. So my mom literally didn't move to the U.S. until she married my dad, and she was 33. So she had British accent, everything, but she looked darker than an Irish person.
right,
Like she had, she looked Malay. And then basically, like when I was 5, was the first time we really like traveled anywhere internationally. Went to Malaysia. So I was there for about 3 weeks.
So you've been to Asia.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
We have, so even though they're my half cousins, half aunts. So basically, what it was is my granddad had 3 separate marriages. The first one was full Malay. The second one was my granny, who was Irish, and then the third one was German. So I've got a bunch of half cousins, but we only keep in touch with the Malay ones. So we're really close with them. Like one of them came to visit me in New York when I lived in New York for 3 weeks. I go there probably, it's not much, like maybe once every 8 years.
Hey, shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Abakabar, terima kasih.
Let's go, bro. I tried. I've been trying to get my wife to try durian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hella durian in Malaysia.
But here's the thing though with durian, right? So my mom loves it because she grew up with it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Me too. I mean, it
tastes like wet trash. I can't-
I'm not gonna
Do you like it?
take your Malaysian card away from that. Yeah, I like durian in spurts. Yeah, I
Right.
like it. It can be good, man. Like Musang King, there's different breeds of durian that are better than others, but yeah, I like durian. I don't. You know, if there's like a cool new durian drink, I try it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious about it because
Interesting.
it is the stinky delicious fruit. But you would say that it tastes way better than it smells.
It does. I still don't love the taste.
Yeah.
I feel like it gives me like an oniony aftertaste, which is weird. I don't think a lot of people have that experience.
Maybe it's just
It's just the Kansas
It just
in me
hits
that-
different.
it
It's
does-
different.
It tastes like onion pudding.
You know,
to me.
some people
yeah.
think
Yeah.
cilantro tastes like soup.
Yeah.
Fair.
Soap.
Soap.
Yeah, and I was like,
yeah.
I'm a big cilantro fan, so I was like, I don't have that gene. There might be something in like, you know how 23andMe, they had that breakdown where it was like, oh, you're likely to think that cilantro tastes like soap, or you're likely to
that's-
Yep,
blah,
yep.
blah, blah, blah. Maybe it was somewhere on there. Or like, you're likely to be lactose intolerant or something.
Or you're likely to hate durian or
Yeah,
something.
you're likely to hate durian. That's interesting.
Yeah, man.
So you like Malaysian curry, you
Yeah.
like, you like the chicken rice.
My mom would cook.
Penang.
She would cook everything. Yeah, Penang in Philly.
Penang.
Yeah. It's like the only Malaysian spot that I know of in Philly. I'm also like, I like food, but we were talking about this in not the drive up, but yesterday. He's really a foodie, in like, cause we're best friends, so he's really a foodie out of our little group, and then I kind of just follow him and just eat whatever he eats, and it's always good, which is great. But now because I've had more food experiences through us, I appreciate it more. You know.
Good.
So
Good,
Yeah.
man. That's
I'll show you a picture. It's on my phone. I'll show you a picture
yeah,
after.
when you get a chance, show it to me off screen. So you have
Yeah.
full Malaysian cousins.
They're half cousins.
Half cousins.
Half cousins.
Well, I
Yeah,
meant
yeah.
like,
No, they all.
but
They,
you are related to them.
Yeah,
through the
absolutely.
and
Yeah,
you're full
absolutely.
Asian. So are they into sneakers?
yeah. Well, they're both. The one that came to New York is a chef now. He started his own restaurant. Yeah.
Are they in KL or
Yeah,
one
yeah,
of the
in KL.
cities?
I think I don't know if it's his dad or if it's maybe one of my other half uncles or half aunts, but they actually are a newscaster, a finance reporter in Singapore. So they drive across the bridge into Singapore every day. And last time we visited, I think the last time I was in
Oh,
Singapore.
do they live in Johor Bahru?
Yes.
Do you know?
Yep.
That's the city that's closest
Yep.
to Singapore. Ronnie Cheng is from there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like the border town. Yeah, a lot of people travel into Singapore for work from that city. Interesting.
Yeah, man.
You know, that one actor Henry Golding's half Malay.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
Cool.
That's his Asian side. Did it say you were Chinese at all, or just showed up as
It
Malaysian?
was just Malay. It was literally like it's crazy because it's exactly what I thought it was. Like my dad is full on Kansas white dude.
Yeah.
My mom was full on half Irish, half Malay. Because like
so you got the 1/4 breakdown, because genetics
Literally.
is not always proportional.
No, it's not.
Sometimes you could be more of one parent. It's not all 50-50.
it was wild. Because it was after my mom passed. Because I was trying to get, to be honest with you, I was trying to get back. She passed in 2016. I was trying to get an Irish passport, and I can't get it now because it was I don't have the direct relative anymore. But I did the 23andMe test right after she passed, and it was literally 50-50. I mean, because it was Kansas, but it's like English Kansas.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? So it's like literally
English,
50
Irish.
Malay. It's what, because my granny was like born, raised Ireland. She grew up near the Giants Causeway. Like her whole family bloodline still there. Like everything's same thing with the Malaysian side. Like full everything, full Malay, full. There was no intermingling that I know of on either side of my mom's family. So and then the thing is, of course, I look like fully Irish, but it's crazy.
No one would know.
No one would know. My father-in-law, even though he's born and raised in Philly, maybe has some Italian in him. He is more Irish than I am. He's like 50% Irish, and I only got 25%. It's crazy.
Interesting.
It's
Yo,
crazy.
Oz, we got to talk about your background now.
Yeah,
Now
man.
that we're on the backgrounds
Yeah.
talk.
Half
What's up?
Filipino, half Turkish.
Okay, tell us.
Probably
so
never met another one.
Who's your mom's Filipino?
No.
Oh, your dad's
My
Filipino.
dad's Filipino, mom's Turkish.
Yeah? How did they meet?
They met in Cali. They both lived there at the time and then moved out to.
Is she
PA.
like, is your mom Turkish, like kind of Fabi?
No, my mom was born in the U.S., but my dad is like Fabi. Like
Fabi
super
Filipino.
Fabi,
He's
yeah.
like Tito. He's a Tito.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just- okay. So he's got
So my
the
mom's pretty
accent.
much American.
Okay.
My grandma's Turkish.
Okay.
I actually lived in Turkey and throughout middle school.
Yeah?
We moved
Where,
there.
Istanbul?
Yep. Istanbul.
Oh, shit. I don't
Yeah.
know why I said it like that. How do you, what's the right way to say it? I just say Istanbul. I don't know. That's not how you say it. That's interesting.
Yeah, I have an
Cool.
interesting mix, too.
So are you, which side do you more, I
Yeah.
guess, lean into?
So
like,
my whole life, I have a bunch of cousins. You met one of them.
Oh, Filipino.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So my whole life, like I grew around them. Like I was
in Philly.
in Philly, yeah, and they all live there. I have maybe 30 of them.
And Filipinos
And
love
they're all my
family.
age.
They love family.
Yeah, so
and they love their cousins.
They were
yeah.
my best friends. So I was like, I didn't fully fit in with them because I was half, but I was like, I was Filipino.
Okay.
We moved to Turkey. I actually became like more Filipino because I was like, I didn't.
Now you're Filipino. Hey, your environment can really change your identity a little bit.
But as I'm getting older, I'm feeling like it's lessening.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Turkish. I mean, which you guys? Is your mom cooking Turkish food?
Yeah,
Like,
my mom cooks Turkish food.
You ate a lot of Filipino food growing
Yeah,
up.
my mom also cooks Filipino food. She learned.
Oh,
She's
nice.
actually like one of the best Filipino foods I've had.
Oh, nice.
From her.
Man. Does she weave in any Turkish like elements to it? You don't know.
No, she keeps it like
Keeps it
separate, but that would be cool. That would be
That's
interesting.
what's up. Turkish Filipino food. I'd be interested to
Yeah.
see. What
Yeah.
So it'd be like kebab, like
Like bistek kebab.
yeah,
or
be
something.
like sisig,
Yeah.
sisig pitas or
Oh, yeah, could be. That would be.
lechon. Well, I don't know, whatever.
Doner.
Yeah, it could be. What else is some Turkish food, man? Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's some interesting backgrounds. All right.
Yeah.
You speak any Tagalog?
No, none. I speak because we lived in Turkey.
Oh, you-
I was like always really shy.
Why'd you learn? Where'd you move to Turkey for your grandparents?
My mom just moved us.
So your mom, who's Turkish American, is like,
Yeah, and
Welcome
I
back to
know
Turkey.
I know like way more Turkish. My mom doesn't speak zero Turkish. I like
oh,
I
you
can
learn more Turkish because
I-
you were,
yeah.
you
I was
were
younger, I
also
was younger.
and you're trying to adapt. So
Yeah, so
man, you just what's some?
Yeah.
How do you say? Turkish is similar to a couple other languages around there.
all the
It's like-
Turkic languages
yeah,
of like
Turkic.
Middle East and like Central Asia, it's
Right.
very similar.
Yeah. Uzbek, it's kind of
Yeah, it's like Uzbek I think is like a Turkish with an
Yes.
accent almost.
yeah. How do you say some stuff in Turkish?
I mean, I'm not that good.
No,
but
just like,
yeah,
hi,
like
hello.
merhaba, nasılsın is hi, how are
Merhaba.
you? Merhaba. Yeah, same as the
Merhaba.
Arabic.
Oh yeah, it's
They say like they emphasize the H in Arabic, like merhaba is Arabic.
cool.
Yeah. I speak no Tagalog. I actually went to the Philippines the first time with Seth, like last year, 2 years ago, and that was my first time there. It was awesome, but yeah,
Dope.
He also just came back from a month in Thailand.
I was like a month and a half, 2 months
cool.
in Thailand.
Nice.
I loved it so much. I didn't want to come home.
Dude. Yeah, I mean they're
I'm
super
sure your
nice
brother
out there.
feels
It's
the
like
same.
less stressful, cost less. People are really nice. So
Like, they're really nice. Like, you don't understand.
Like and it makes me want to. I started bowing more since I got back from Thailand. Because I realized it's a good thing.
Yeah,
It's like a grateful thing to do. Like just, I don't necessarily do this because I'm not I feel like it's going too far. If I'm Thai, I'm not Thai, but like I just like I want to bow more.
It's respect.
Yeah, when I respect and thank you. So when I really appreciate someone, or someone comes up to me, says something really nice, I'm like, oh, thank you, like and it's just a little thing, and it just shows like gratitude. And I think that gratitude and respect. And I feel like everybody could turn it up a little bit in those departments right now. I think it would be nice for everybody.
And traveling makes you like the other cultures. I mean, you really like learn from other cultures and better yourself.
Yeah. I think America could use a little bit more gratitude. Right
Absolutely.
now.
America uses a lot more travel too, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, dude, before you go, I want to give you a gift. We got because obviously this podcast is sponsored by Apothecary because it's we started. So, no way.
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, dude, is he about to whip out some Apothecaries? Okay, so I got 2 mystery bags for you.
Okay.
Right?
I'm assuming there's socks inside.
There may be. Who knows? Could be a snake. I don't know. You could pick one
I
mystery
was
bag.
taking off my shoes, ready to put them on right now.
So, which do you want, the right or the left?
We don't know what's inside. They're different.
Osman did pack them, but he packed them like a week ago, so he doesn't remember.
And it was random.
And it was random, yes.
Go with the right one.
This one right here?
This one. I'm gonna open it up, man.
And you could be honest. If you don't like them, be like, oh, yo, it's not for me, and we'll cut that part out.
Socks. I love these socks. Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
What's the different types of socks? Like, are they for different purposes? Are they athletic? Are they like for?
So they're all generally athletic crews. We do have more specialized socks like lows, ankles, actual performance socks. But these are all from different limited collections that we've had. So that's inspired by, of course, the White Cement Force, because as sneakerheads, we got to have some very sneaker-specific socks. But you got some other ones that aren't just sneaker-specific. But yeah, White Cement Force socks.
Got the little bit like Elites. Got the band around the midfoot. I like it.
It's the mesh for
breathability.
breathability.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a little triangle. So what they do is they help with breathability, they help with stretchiness, they help with comfort, fit, things like that. Yes, sir.
Great
yes,
socks.
sir.
I'm gonna put them on right
I appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, the other colors.
We got, so there's some Shishiko-inspired colorways, and then I don't know what the...
matcha color.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is matcha.
Sashiko, like the Japanese stitching.
Oh, Shishiko. Yeah.
But the color, like
I have some Vomeros with the Shishiko.
That's
stuff.
dope. That's dope. They actually would match with your
the
Vomeros right now.
J's.
Oh, that's a little bit darker green, but actually it might still work.
By the way, guys, I know that I used to be really into sneakers, and I've really simplified the sneakers I buy. I just wear Vomero, like different colors of Vomeros now. They're
100%
so
on board with that.
comfortable.
Yep.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, because, and it's not. I have some calf issue. I have a calf muscular issue on my right calf, so it's kind of been. Dang, my socks are cooked.
We got 4 new ones.
Yeah.
But Vomeros, and I just found like different colors. I've been buying even women's colors, and
Nice.
just like so I can expand the amount of colorway. Are there right or left, or it's
No,
No, they're the same. Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. What's crazy about the Vomeros, they've been out, I mean, since what, like 2000 whatever when they first came out, and they just stopped making them, and now that they're back, it's like, why didn't we just have these the whole time? They're incredible.
Wait, they stopped making them?
So they came out as just like the 5th Vomero running sneaker, like back in the mid 2000s.
Oh.
They stopped making them, and in 2019, I think it was a Cold Wall did a collaboration because they liked the design of the shoe, or maybe Nike was planning to bring the shoe back.
And that's when they got.
Hype again, and Nike like spammed us with the colorways. And good thing they did, because genuinely the Vomeros, same with you or same with me, I wear them more than other than my actual Apothecary shoes. I wear them more than anything else, which is crazy.
Yeah. It's kind of I kind of want it to be my shoe, so it's kind of like I'll probably buy another like 6 pairs of these. It's kind of like my style now, Yeah, simplifying things, but thank you,
Dude. Thank
Appreciate
you.
that.
Where can they find you? We'll link it in the description too, by
Andrew
the way.
J. Fung, the Fung Bros. Just tap back in if you haven't seen some stuff in a while. I get it. I know a lot of people are like, it's crazy. I had some. This kid, he was like visiting colleges in New York. He stops me on the train. He goes, "Are you one of the Fung Bros?" I meet his whole family. They're like visiting colleges. I'm like, "Okay, you're visiting colleges. How old are you?" Like 18. He goes, "I'm 16." And I'm like, "When'd you start watching us?" He's like, "I watched you when I was 8."
Wow.
And I was like, I must have been like one of the first YouTubers you like really watch, like 7 or 8. It's crazy. So yeah, that's how long the videos have been going. So
That's amazing, man.
It's makes me feel a little old, but also makes me feel super grateful too. That people are still seeing, and they still say the name. They might, I don't know if they even forget my first name, but they know the Fung Bros. So I'm like, oh, that's cool, man. So I appreciate it. But yeah, thanks for having me
Dude,
on the pod.
appreciate you.
It was fun. Shout out to Takeout in the BX, great store. Shout out to Sam Park, and
Appreciate
hopefully
you.
there's some good clips that came out of this.
Yeah,
Awesome.
man.
Don't
Well, guys,
forget to buy Smala Sauce also.
Yes, please check it out. We'll link it in the description below, both the Amazon and the website. Yep. Guys, check out Andrew. Thank you so much for being here, man. I really appreciate it. This was literally a blast.
Thank you.
Bro.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Terima kasih to you, and then What's thank you? Salamat. I don't know.
Salamat,
Yeah,
alright.
salamat. Yeah.